The history and evolution of capitalism. Capitalism, as a system of economic organization, has undergone a series of transformative stages, evolving alongside societal, technological, and cultural developments. From its early mercantile roots to its current globalized state, capitalism has been central to shaping human civilization. We delve into the historical trajectory of capitalism, analyzes its stages of evolution, and critically examines its implications for societal well-being and humanity's collective progress. It argues that an economic system incapable of securing the well-being of the majority will inevitably encounter resistance, setbacks, and eventual transformation. Early foundations: proto-capitalism and mercantilism. The origins of capitalism can be traced back to the medieval period, when the feudal economy began transitioning toward market-based trade. Proto-capitalism emerged as towns became centers of commerce, supported by the rise of a merchant class. The key features of this era were localized markets and a rudimentary form of trade that laid the groundwork for the modern capitalist ethos. The mercantilist phase, spanning the 16th to the 18th centuries, represented the first major stage of capitalism. During this era, European powers sought to accumulate wealth through the acquisition of colonies, control of trade routes, and monopolistic trade practices. Mercantilism emphasized state intervention, the amassing of gold and silver reserves, and export-driven policies. The East India Companies of Britain and the Netherlands exemplify this stage, demonstrating the intersection of state power and commerce. While mercantilism advanced trade and global connections, it also perpetuated exploitation and inequality. Colonized regions were stripped of resources, while wealth was concentrated in the hands of European elites. This system laid bare an inherent tension within capitalism. Its capacity for innovation and growth coexists with tendencies toward inequity and resource extraction. The Industrial Revolution of the late 18th and early 19th centuries marked the transition to modern capitalism. Driven by technological advancements such as the steam engine, mechanized looms, and improved transportation networks, this era was characterized by unprecedented productivity and the expansion of factory-based industries. Capitalism during the Industrial Revolution relied on wage labor and capital accumulation. Urban centers grew as workers migrated from rural areas to industrial cities in search of employment. This era also saw the rise of banking systems, stock markets, and corporations as integral components of the capitalist framework. However, the rapid industrialization brought social challenges. Long working hours, poor labor conditions, and income inequality became widespread. The writings of Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels in the Communist Manifesto highlighted these issues, critiquing the exploitation inherent in capitalist systems. These critiques sparked labor movements and demands for reforms, leading to significant improvements in workers' rights over time. The 20th century witnessed significant transformations in capitalism, shaped by geopolitical events and economic crises. The post-World War I and Great Depression periods exposed vulnerabilities in free market capitalism, prompting governments to intervene more actively in economic affairs. Keynesian economics and the welfare state. The work of economist John Maynard Keynes introduced new principles of economic management. Keynes argued that governments should play a proactive role in mitigating economic cycles through fiscal and monetary policies. This approach, combined with the establishment of welfare states in many Western democracies, sought to balance market efficiency with social safety nets. For several decades, the Keynesian model delivered robust economic growth and reduced inequality. Policies such as social security, healthcare programs, and unemployment benefits became pillars of the modern capitalist state, particularly in Europe and North America. Neoliberalism and globalization. The 1980s ushered in a new era of capitalism dominated by neoliberal ideologies. Led by figures like Margaret Thatcher and Ronald Reagan, neoliberalism emphasized deregulation, privatization, and free market principles. This era also witnessed the globalization of trade, with multinational corporations and international financial institutions playing central roles in shaping the global economy. While neoliberal capitalism spurred economic growth and technological innovation, it also exacerbated inequality. Critics such as Joseph Stiglitz and Thomas Piketty have documented the growing concentration of wealth and the erosion of middle-class prosperity during this period. The 2008 financial crisis further exposed the fragility of neoliberal capitalism, leading to widespread disillusionment. In the 21st century, capitalism faces new challenges and opportunities, shaped by technological advancements, environmental crises, and shifting social expectations. Key developments include the rise of technology giants such as Amazon, Google, and Alibaba has transformed capitalism into a data-driven system. These companies leverage algorithms, artificial intelligence, and global supply chains to dominate markets. While the digital economy has created wealth and innovation, it has also raised concerns about monopolistic practices, data privacy, and labor exploitation. The ecological costs of capitalism have become increasingly apparent. Climate change, deforestation, and resource depletion are byproducts of unchecked industrialization. Critics argue that capitalism's emphasis on growth is fundamentally incompatible with environmental sustainability. The emergence of green capitalism, with investments in renewable energy and sustainable practices, reflects efforts to address these issues. Global inequality remains a pressing challenge. According to a 2021 report by Oxfam, the richest 1% of the world's population controls more wealth than the bottom 50%. This disparity has fueled social unrest, as seen in movements such as Occupy Wall Street and protests against austerity measures in Europe and Latin America. An economic system's legitimacy depends on its ability to deliver well-being to the majority. History demonstrates that when capitalism fails to meet this criterion, it faces resistance and demands for reform. Examples include the labor movements of the Industrial Revolution, the New Deal policies during the Great Depression, and contemporary calls for universal healthcare and climate justice. Efforts to maintain an economic system that fails to serve the majority often lead to greater instability. For instance, the French Revolution and the Russian Revolution were driven by widespread discontent with systems that perpetuated inequality. Similarly, the 2008 financial crisis revealed the dangers of prioritizing corporate profits over societal well-being. The need for evolution. Capitalism has shown remarkable adaptability over time, evolving to address its shortcomings. However, this adaptability requires proactive engagement. Policies that promote equitable wealth distribution, environmental sustainability, and inclusive growth are essential for ensuring capitalism's continued relevance. As humanity progresses, economic systems must align with evolving societal values and priorities. The history of capitalism underscores the importance of flexibility, innovation, and inclusivity. Inclusive capitalism seeks to balance market efficiency with social equity. Initiatives such as the universal basic income, carbon pricing, and corporate social responsibility reflect efforts to create a more humane and sustainable economic system. The role of global cooperation. In an interconnected world, global challenges require collective solutions. International organizations, multilateral agreements, and cross-border collaborations are essential for addressing issues such as climate change, pandemics, and economic inequality. The history of capitalism is a testament to humanity's capacity for innovation and adaptation. From its humble beginnings in medieval markets to its current globalized form, capitalism has played a central role in shaping human progress. However, its trajectory also reveals inherent tensions and challenges. To ensure capitalism's future relevance, it must evolve to meet the needs of a changing world. By prioritizing well-being, equity, and sustainability, humanity can harness capitalism's potential while mitigating its shortcomings. As history has shown, economic systems that fail to deliver for the majority will face resistance, creating opportunities for transformation and progress. In this sense, the evolution of capitalism is not just an economic journey, but a reflection of humanity's broader quest for justice, dignity, and shared prosperity.
Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video valuable, please give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. It's one of the best ways to help more people see this content. I'd love to hear your thoughts. So leave a comment below and join the conversation about today's topic. Your engagement and support mean everything to me and make it possible for me to create more impactful content that aims to bring the world closer together. If you'd like to take it a step further, you can support the channel directly through the link in the description. Every bit of support helps this community grow and fuels the mission to make a difference. Thank you for being such an important part of this journey.